A few weeks ago, we dropped by 37 Arts to give you a sneak peek at the new off-Broadway musical Frankenstein, which is based on Mary Shelley's renowned novel. With music by Mark Barron, book and lyrics by Jeffrey Jackson, and direction by Bill Fennelly, Frankenstein stars Hunter Foster as Victor Frankenstein, Christiane Nall as his love interest Elizabeth, and Steve Blanchard as the Creature. We caught up with all of them at their opening night celebration.
Darkness is done, a new day has come, the start of a new revelation. Here in this place, here in this time, the birth of man's salvation.
I thought it was wonderful. The one thing that was great, we had incredibly smart actors. I mean, they really took to this piece and made it their own right from the beginning. So as we're working different scenes, a lot of what they had, they would bring in and say, well, why don't we try this way? Or this is what I feel this scene should be like. There were so many times that Jeff and I looked and they gave us an angle that we never quite thought, that we never saw ourselves. So, I mean, the actors getting as involved as they were really brought this piece to a level above where me and Jeff envisioned it to be. They were fantastic.
They were probably the most intense work period we've had yet, because it really was, we were working on it on its feet, which is a testament to the cast and Bill that it's unbelievable. It's, you know, really reworking a show and in front of an audience. And we were, while the cast was working at night, they were, again, working with us during the day in work sessions. We would rewrite things. Mark and I would, on one day we went off into a hotel room and rewrote a whole passage while they were rehearsing something else, came back into the theater. I'd run out into a room, like, give me some quiet so I can write a few lines and come back with new material. And it was a very lively, intense, creative incubator almost. It was great.
And lead his pathway to the light before he's lost to the unknown. For our sorrows are the toll. Every life's traveler must pay down a dark, uncertain road to a happier day.
Well, my character is I'm the moral compass, and I like being that. I think you need two sides, because there's the science side and there's the fantastical side of the story that we all know. But there's got to be a moral stance, because what Victor Frankenstein is doing can be viewed by some as immoral, can be viewed by some as groundbreaking and life-changing. And in this day and age where we have stem cell research, and people are able to choose what kind of babies they kind of babies they want by, you know, doing scientific experiments. There's going to be a moral argument, and that's what I am. I'm the one that says, let's stay focused here and see what's right or what's wrong.
I'm really loving her sass and sort of what I'm bringing away from the page. You know, the idea that you can add a multi-layered, it doesn't have to be a traditional, like an ingenue thing. I mean, just because she's the heroine doesn't mean it has to be like that. So to find her sexuality, to find her intelligence, I love that she knows a lot. I like that.
Because it's women, we're women. Everybody says, oh, I play the ingenue, I play the heroine, but they have all the same feelings any other type of woman has.
Yeah, and a lot of times you don't necessarily get it just when you read it, and that doesn't mean it doesn't exist and it's not there. So I think the fun part about being an actor is to be able to add to what's not necessarily been written. And they've been really encouraging me of that, because even when I talked to the writers about it, they said, well, yeah, no, that's what we want you to do. I'm thinking, well, why didn't you write that to begin with? But that's okay. Thank you for letting me do it.
It was extremely painful, both physically and emotionally. The first thing physically we wanted to approach was, as I said to you a couple weeks ago, was about the different maladies of the body, but also the physical pain of being stitched together, sewn so tightly together that you could barely move, and the evolution of that month after month, year after year. And emotionally, it's like a roller coaster, you know, being awoken without a soul, without a spirit, and all of a sudden you're here on Earth and you have no idea who you are. And the process in discovering all that stuff is a terrific workout. By the end of the day, I need some stroking and some soothing, because I'm emotionally spent.
These hands and these ears still hear crying, and we'll never know laughter or song ever so long as blood of the innocent runs red upon these hands, these detestable hands, and this terrible heart with its poison inside, hated limbs and foul heart. I would tear them apart if I only could feel what I felt when I held her within these hands.
Well, you know, for me, it's been a great process, a great journey to. I think that he has very strong ties to family, and in dealing with issues with family, and becoming an adult in a way before he dies. He becomes responsible for his own creation in a way that I think all parents should be when they when they have children. It's really taking responsibility for those things that you create, and not just, and it can't even be just a parent thing, but even in your own life, the things that you kind of create in life and how you deal with those things. And so for me personally, it was like, it was a great journey of like understanding how to deal with my own, with the issues that you create in your life. And I don't know if that makes sense, but and I think that's a universal theme, that we all create monsters, and it's how we deal with them it ultimately reflects how if you're a man or an adult, you know, how we deal. And it was a growing up. I mean, this character really grows up in this piece at the end.
Sun that never rose, the dawn that never came. Why do the things we have seem precious only once they slipped away? Dreams of glory have their price to pay, and far beyond the night lie promises of light. And maybe with the coming of the dawn, there comes another day. Maybe with the coming of the dawn,